I'ma go. One of the greatest of all time. I'ma go. You already know that. One of the greatest of all time. I'ma go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast, episode 2. Episode 2. And the man to my left is a Harrisburg legend, the one and only Lawless.
What's up,
going
yo?
on, brother,
What's
man?
up, my boy?
It's been a hella hot minute, man.
Yeah, between me doing a lot of time and me just, living life and stuff, it is what it is. We just gotta keep on moving.
That's right, man. That's right. Yeah, I remember meeting you. I was like 17 years old, bro.
Right.
You know
I
what I'm
remember.
saying?
me and you, we were signed
Young buck.
signing to whatever sells records.
Shout out to Mount Havoc.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's right, facts.
Those are fun times, man. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
All the shows we did.
Right.
I was just talking to Status about this the other day, man. Like back in the day, man, every area got their local scene, you know what I mean? But, the scene didn't really start popping the way it did until, you plus Sickline, Havoc, and everybody, we was all doing shows together, man. And we really had that shit jumping, bro.
Yeah, we did. That was some nice times right there.
Yeah.
It just seemed like a lot of stuff just didn't go the way that it was supposed to go. So many things was happening, and we was there. We was right there, and it was supposed. Me in my eyes, it was supposed to move beyond that right there. We supposed to have been our own thing.
Oh
but
yeah.
Somewhere along the line, I don't know what the heck happened.
Life be lifing, you
right.
know.
Yeah.
So, on top of the music we all be doing, real life is also right next to us, parallel, and sometimes it likes to throw obstacles in the path, you know.
Right. Yep, that's right.
But a journey into Lawless, man. When'd you first start rapping, bro?
Sheesh. Man, it was 1980 something. Well, my whole backstory really is from the 70s. When Sugar Hill Gang and all them came out and stuff,
Yeah.
And we was little kids then, And from that time when I first heard those songs, it was just something in the back of my mind. Now, I was really always an artist.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that my foundation was on. My mom's friend, Doberman Pinscher, he was the one that actually got me into drawing. And that was uptown when I was a little kid in 74 or 5, somewhere around there, right? And I just kept that going, Yeah. So then when I ended up moving out to the projects, South Side in 79, 80, graffiti was the thing.
Yeah.
So I started doing the whole graffiti thing, and I started learning about letters and stuff like that. And then one day I said, I'm going to go and get some spray paint, and I'm going to go and tag up the whole side of the laundromat that they just built. They just built this building right there, almost in the corner of where the Home Manor office is.
Yeah.
And I became the first graffiti artist in the projects that threw up an illegal piece. And it said, "Welcome to the South." And everyone came and took pictures, you know what I mean? So the next day, that was the first time ever in my life also that I seen them actually take a whole graffiti piece down by sandblasting it, right? So, back in the 80s, it was what it was. And then I started meeting different people, Axel, R.I.P., LCW, Pito, Wally, J, Tito, Louis, R.I.P. Flacco, you know what I mean? All kind of different people and stuff. And she's from there. It was just like the thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, Jason always had turntables. We was always practicing on his turntables. Axel always had some kind of recording something, so
You're
from
just
me,
surrounded by it.
yeah, it was just what we did. It's just what we were. And then on top of it all, be a little bit before we started getting all this equipment and stuff, right? I was dancing.
Yeah.
I used to be I learned how to dance from Felipe. What's up, Felipe? I started going. Jason and them started. I started sneaking out of my house
Oh shit.
to go to the clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
Meltdown and Just Off the Pike and all these other ones. And then they started having dance contests. And then after the dance contest, once I started learning how to break dance and everything, I used to go home and I used to practice my ass off. And from there, I don't know, man. It was just like it was what I was supposed to do. I just knew that I was supposed to be in this life. It felt so comfortable. I didn't play football. I didn't play basketball. I didn't do no sports or nothing like that because my mom, for real, she really wasn't having that. She didn't want me to get hurt or whatever,
Yeah.
But at the same time, we ended up in the projects, you know what I mean? You didn't want me to get hurt, but we're there. So now it's a whole different situation. So like from that point, I was always in the limelight. I was always that bull.
Yeah.
We went and we conquered. We took over every club that I ever went into. I never lost a dance battle. We got numerous awards. Me, Lamont, my boy Robert Lutz, wherever you are, shout out to you too. And from there, it just was years and years of nonstop hip hop.
Yeah.
Then one day, my boy Axel, he was like, "Yo, can you rap?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can rap." You know what I mean? I was like, I think I can rap at least, you know what I mean? So he got this freestyle, and I just started freestyling. And I was just off the top of the head. It wasn't nothing written or nothing even planned, you know what I mean?
Just straight off
Right,
the
just
dome.
straight off the top of the head. And I can't remember it, but because it was so long ago. But that tape is it's literally still on a tape. Now, he passed away a bunch of years back.
Yeah.
And I wish that I could get my hands on that because I heard it once. I never knew that he still had it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So somewhere out there, there's a tape. I don't know if his sister got it, but we're going to go and try to find that one day. But ever since that day, then we started doing real music. It was like I said, there was nothing ever written down. Jay had the turntables, had the system, everything, speakers, mixers, everything, right? And we would just sit there and practice every day.
Yeah.
Sitting there scratching, and there was three of us. It was me, Jay, and Jose, Little Fro. So what we did was if we could have pulled this off, we would have probably been the first people that ever did it. 3 people, 3 rappers, 3 DJs,
Yeah.
three dancers, all rotating as one unit.
That
one
would
person,
be fucking wild, man.
one
You know
person
what I
on the
mean?
mic, one person dancing, one person mixing, and then we
Damn.
rotated. You know what I mean? So all 3 of us was back to the original
That's like
position.
the ultimate hip hop like
Right.
flavor right there. You got every element.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
That's right.
So like not a lot of people, well, I should say this generation don't really know too much, as far as like the historical hip hop acts from back then. Me and you were a part of a group called Sickline,
Mm-hmm. Right.
fronted by Controversy.
Yep.
I came in the later years after the heist,
Mm-hmm.
But tell me how you got hooked up with KO and fucking Sickline.
Well, I believe I just did like almost 3 years or something in Smithfield somewhere, and I got out, and I just came home, And right after I was with Havoc, I found Havoc and Little D, and then things wasn't going the way that I thought it was supposed to go. You know what I mean? Because I was so naive. This comes with experience, time and experience.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I had. I didn't know that if I would have just got my catalog up, which is something I didn't have at all, period. I didn't know nothing about a catalog. I didn't know nothing about that stuff. And I blame myself for this because in my mind, I'm like, I'm gangster. You know what I mean? Like, I'm real gangster. Like, I'm really from the street. Like, you know, I'm sitting here writing these songs and stuff, and I thought in my mind that I should supposed to have been so much farther than what I was, and I allowed that to judge my thinking. So I left from Whatever Sells Records, and then I was by myself for a while. You know, I wasn't really doing no music or anything. And one day, I got hooked up with Controversy. And I know him as Danny, you know, because me and him grew up out the projects together.
Shout out to KO.
Right, exactly. So, me and him and his brother, we all grew up together. Like, we're really close, you know. So, he was telling me that he had this group, Sick Line and everything. He's like, "What's up, bro? You know, you want to get down and everything?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "That makes sense." So I sat there, I listened. I actually performed for them, you know, because they wanted to see what I could do. And I could remember I was doing this one freestyle, and I can hear him and Tuck talking in the background. You're like, "Yeah, he got the voice, you know, he got the voice." Yeah. He's like, he's good. And I'm just like, and I'm so happy, you know. I'm so happy that I did what I was supposed to do, you know, because I wasn't, you know, really aware of how anything was really supposed to go, because I was still so new to doing this, you know. The training that I got from Little D, and Little D didn't even know that he was training me. I was watching him.
Oh yeah.
You know, whenever
he's a mastermind. Shout out to Little D.
That's right. Love Little D. And I used to sit there and just watch him. After I got done out of the booth, I also knew one thing, that I also had to know how to mess with the studio. Yeah. Because I didn't just want to be an artist and write, you know, and a write, and then that was it. You know what I mean? I wanted to know all aspects, because that's just how I am. Yeah. So we went and like I said, I performed for him. Everything went smooth. Then we used to have group meetings and stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we would sit there and talk about certain things. And but me and Danny was like, for that period of time, we was sort of always together anyways. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that was my boy. So I was just like, yeah, you know, that just made sense to hang with him, because, you know, I could learn more, you know, from him. And then one day, I don't remember what year it was, early 2000s. I know that at some point in time, I had landed like probably about $10,000 in for a lawsuit that was from a job that I was working at. And I said, okay, this is what's up. Now, mind you, I had a job and everything, you know, and I was cool. But this really helped me out. Yeah. And I went and bought my first studio. That was the first thing that I thought about. I said, let me get my studio. Let me get my tattoo machine. Let me get a pound of weed. Yeah. I went and bought a diamond grill. Right. Right. That's the pad, right? That's right. I went and got the tattoo machine. I went and bought the studio. I went and bought the pound of weed. And I went and bought my diamond grill. Yeah. And then I gave the rest of the money to my family, you know, to my wife. Yeah. So I said, this is all I need right here, because from the tattoo machine, I can make money all day long. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now the whole studio thing, which was Studio One, when Studio One first came out, I loved it. It was so easy to use, but I was using what's that one joint called what was the joint that Little D was using? That big board. I can't remember.
Oh,
the
the
name
Tascam.
Tascam.
Yeah.
I had a Tascam, but it was like a little 8 board joint,
24 track Tascam.
Right. Yep. I had the little one.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to use that.
Kids don't know nothing about that shit.
Nah. I didn't know nothing about it. I'm sitting there for days trying to figure out how to record, you know what I mean, and everything.
Yeah.
So like, it was so funny. And my daughter, she was a little girl, and I used to just sit there and just practice, you know. I would sit there and write songs and stuff on it and everything. And then what in my mind I was like, okay, well, if I have a studio at my house, I could take the material that I got there and then take it over there to him, you know, and then we can master everything or whatever. Because, like I said, I didn't know. But I could get this stuff onto the Tascam. I didn't know how to get it off.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm learning. And eventually I figured out how to do it and everything. And that's what made it more interesting. Yeah. You know, being around Controversy and them, because they had their own stuff. I had my own stuff. I'm learning. And he already knew. I didn't even know. First of all, I didn't even know he was doing music. That's what sort of shocked me. Because I'm like...
He's an animal too, man.
Right. Like, I never saw that growing up.
Yeah.
You know, like we was together, but we wasn't always together. You know what I mean? So somewhere along the line, you know, he was doing his own thing at some point, and I wasn't aware of this. And then when, you know, I got with them and everything, it sort of shocked me. I was like, oh damn, he can actually rap too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is what's up. And we had a squad.
Yeah.
Squad and a half. You
know
what I mean?
Sickline was like Harrisburg's Wu-Tang, real talk, man.
Right. Yep.
Like, and, you know, before my era, because like I said, I came in the last leg of Sickline's existence, you know what I mean? Yep. But even before I came into the fold, you guys made so much noise for the city. And Central PA Hip Hop Awards, what was it? Group of the Year for 2008 and 2009?
Yep.
Back to back, 2 years in a row.
Yep.
That's fucking phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we killed it.
We was also whatever sells records together too. You know what I mean?
Yep. See, to me, that's when it should have happened.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was so naive to what I really had at the palm of my hands. If I'd have just,
I think we were all still learning. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like we always had that good vibe as a unit. We was all just learning, you know, and life just took its course, you know.
Yep.
But, you know, as everything does, it comes full circle when the time is right, you know.
That's right.
Nowadays, that seems to be the case, you know, in many different ways, you know. So you were down and out for a minute, but now that you're back and you're regrouping, what's next for Lawless?
I wrote songs. I'm still writing songs. I'm still trying to figure out the direction I want my album to go into, you know.
Yeah.
I'm influenced by a lot of the newer artists out there. I love the way that the younger generations has come up.
Yeah.
And how they rap and everything. I like that. But I don't know. I'm trying to find that sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got songs for days.
Oh,
I got songs that I haven't even wrote. I mean, I have songs that I haven't even recorded yet. And whenever I don't want to record the ones that I already got, you know, I'll just sit there and come up with something, like something to spark me from the news or something, you know, or whatever happens in my life. And I'll just sit there and start writing about it. Yeah. And then I'll make that song, I'll make that beat and everything. Because now I got everything at the palm of my hands. And I know how to use everything.
That's
you
right.
know, that was a sort of little problem for me. Because having equipment is one thing. But, you know, because I've been going away for so long, when I came back, the technology has boosted up. And Studio One ain't the same old Studio One no more. You know, they got the 6 and the 7 out there, and I got both of them.
Yeah.
So and I got my beat machine and everything, you know, and I got a whole turntable system. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to do is, because I'm creative, you know, I love that. I love to figure some stuff out, but I got to find that sound, something that no one ever heard before.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking for. So it might take me a little time, you know what I mean? But the songs that I got, I love them to death. And other than that, right there, I got to do artwork for my albums and stuff, you know. So I'm just taking my time. I'm taking my time. I ain't in no real rush.
Heard that. So one thing I ask every artist that comes on here: top 10 favorite MCs.
Sheesh. Eric B. and Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. I say the whole Beastie Boys, because they are one people. You know what I mean? All of them together. I love them to death. Let's say Tupac, always.
Of course.
R.I.P. Biggie Smalls. R.I.P. Who else? I love The Baby. I love Little Baby.
Yeah.
Kodak Black. I mess with him heavy.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Kodak Black. He got this weird type of way that he raps, right?
He is really fucking weird.
Yeah. you can barely understand what he's talking about, but if you listen real close to what he's saying, you know what I mean? I'm like, I was sort of surprised, because at first I just liked the sound that he had.
All right.
But when I listen really closely to what he's talking about, I'm like, oh, okay, he's talking some sense, you know what I mean? To be young like that, to be shot out like that too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, and it was like the new LL.
Oh yeah, LL.
Love the OLL, but the new LL, he got some fire.
Yeah, he always been a monster.
Yeah, he's
man.
always been a monster, right?
People, you know, it's funny because like they always looked at him like, you know, he's like the ladies' man type of figure. They look at him like he ain't a beast like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But he always been a beast like that. Shout out LL Cool J.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And Nas.
Yeah.
Nas.
Yes, sir.
Love Nas to death. And the music that they got now, on fire, bro.
Crazy.
On fire.
Hell yeah.
I think that was 10.
Yeah. If now, if you could talk to any artist in this generation, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to get your copyrights. I would tell them to get the things that you need before you even start signing any contracts. And for real, I wouldn't sign with no one. I would do it all myself.
Yep.
Because people, they are so slimy in the industry, you know what I mean? Because it's all about money, you know? And when money start coming in between people, you know, they get blinded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would say, do what you got to do for yourself. Like James Brown. James Brown was the master at that's the reason why they called him what they called him. You know, he did everything himself. He was the master of his own world. He made his own music. He made his own contracts. He went to the people and talked to them. He didn't have no middlemen. But he learned this, you know what I mean? Because he was like, well, you know, why in the heck do I need a guy to go and talk for me when I can go talk for myself? You know what I mean? Why do I need y'all band to pay y'all when I got my own band? You know what I mean? And he's the real architect of how you really supposed to do it for real.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people are so lazy, you know, they just want to be signed, you know, and I get the money and everything like that. But believe me, when they start telling you that you can't do something, and then you get upset about that because you want to go and do it, and you can't do it. Now they got control of you, and you can't do nothing. Like, they would literally stop. They would take your whole project and shelf it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And now you're in limbo because, especially if you're making that type of money, now you can't feed your family. You know what I mean? Now you got a whole bunch of things going against you because they can literally blackball you.
It's a grimy industry.
Yeah. Yep. And a lot of people, like Prince was a individual that learned through experience. He learned a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of different artists, not just rappers, rock and roll artists and everything.
Yeah.
And Prince was the catalyst also for.
Prince was a real motherfucker, yo.
Right, yeah. I don't think they comprehend or understand him still to this day.
That man spoke his mind for sure.
Yes, and he did what he had to do. You can't just take his music. He made sure that he had control of everything. And I think it was a Paisley Park or something, one of them albums that he had, when he had the he put the slave on the side of his face and everything, you know what I mean? Said, I'm a slave to the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They made him do what they wanted him to do, but once he got done doing what he had to do, he's like, I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was another one that was like James Brown. So you gotta like also think outside the box. Don't let people get a hold of you. Have a lawyer. Keep a lawyer with you. When you go sign contracts and stuff, don't just go because they say, this such amount of money and everything, and it looks good for right now. But believe me, if you don't, that money that they give you, if you don't use it properly, you could be back at square one real quick.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Well, yo, check it out. You can see Lawless live April 11th at the HMAC. Along with myself and a whole gang of motherfuckers. I'm sure you all saw the lineup. That shit is nutty as hell. Come on out there. We're gonna wild the fuck out, man.
Yeah.
It's nothing but family in the building.
And it's for your birthday.
And it is for my birthday.
Yes.
That's right, y'all.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Well, thanks for coming on, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of work to do in the future.
Yes.
Yo, my shit is raw, it's real raw, real talk. You see, when I step, it's a real walk. Except I got a pimp strut to it. You see, I gotta lean a little bit when I do it. I keep it old school, at the same time, a fresh mind, you old news. How you live in the real world without the road rules. MTV used to play music, now these quote reality shows got you tuned in. We back.